Let's try this. Maybe this will work the second time around here. We'll bring in Jamie right now. Hopefully we're going live better than last time. I think what the problem was I was streaming to Twitch and not YouTube. I see it now. I see it on YouTube. It says we're getting ready to go on soon. So well-oiled machine, sir.
Almost like we should be practicing this and not just figuring it out on the fly.
This is practicing it. You can't practice it without going live. We're going to hiccup. It takes, you're just going to keep doing it and doing it. So, like, technically we're not even live right now. I think we're still waiting for people. There's a few seconds delay, or about a minute or two delay. Just like I noticed when we kind of hey, there's Steve. Okay, so hopefully we're going live soon.
Is this live?
I hope so. I see it on YouTube this time. I see. Hey. It says we're live. Hang on. Let's take a look. This well-oiled machine.
I see it. On Twitch.
There we are.
Thanks for listening to our babbling.
Twitch. We were on Twitch for like 2 minutes, looking confused and perplexed. That's awesome. Okay, now I don't have to look at this anymore. This is good. I can close this for now. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, says we did it. Thank you. Christine was watching out for us here. So we'll have Christine be the first person coming up. We did it. Yay.
Yeah, get the word out to your friends. We're back.
I love how Jamie's
15-minute hiatus.
Jamie's got our backup ready to go, checking to see if it works. Christine's our executive producer in the background, or shadow producer. You jerks aren't doing it well enough. Evening, gents. Goofa fucking Saurus. Good evening. That is I think you just won the name. It's got no shit in it, but do we get demonetized already? We're not even making any money on this.
I don't know. I feel like we should familiarize ourselves with the rules of getting demonetized before we're monetized.
I think we should actually be eligible to make money before we worry about losing money. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we don't even know the rules.
I do know the rules somewhat.
Can we drink? I don't know.
Stayed up for nothing.
Let's just stop this now.
Yeah,
we were getting worried.
Break out the old disco dust if you want.
I was getting worried this thing wasn't working. What was happening is I think we were streaming on Twitch by accident. I tried to set both, and then I guess I forgot to take the button off or whatever. So, yeah. So, hello, how are you? Every time I think of Karistan, I think of you, sir. So.
I'm gonna interrupt and just say hi to the collector, Nick. He was very generous in the last few weeks, putting up with my tardiness on time and all the rest of it. But he did actually send us a thank you as well. I made a comment on one of Nick's posts about some of the stuff I saw in his post, and I was like, "Come on, that's a cool little Y-wing you got on the back there." And he graciously forwarded me that Y-wing with a good note, which I want to read out, and hopefully it won't embarrass him, but I think it needs to be said. This is like fan mail. This is like fan mail. So I wasn't expecting this, and it did hit me right there. And I'm really terrible at accepting anything. I'm terrible. I hate taking anything, accepting anything, getting gifts. Really can't stand it. So Nick, thanks a lot. The collector, you are awesome. But I just want to read this to you guys. So the reason he really didn't mind doing what he did was he just wanted to say once again, thank you to you and the guys for putting on an awesome podcast. Nothing better to listening to you guys laughing and bashing each other, all the topics that you've chosen. But at the end of the day, you always find something fun in each film, good or bad. Went on to make a couple other comments about Deadpool and Wolverine, which we're going to talk about tonight. But I would just say thank you, Nick. He wants to say keep up the great work, and he enjoys it. So that's awesome. That's in writing, guys. We've got something in writing that someone enjoys our shit. How good is that?
It does feel kind of cool.
What I'm going to do, because we're live, I'm just going to show this off. This is a little post for me.
Let's see it.
I'm just going to show it off. This, you know me and my ships. I love my ships with the micro galaxy, but this took my eye. This is one of the old micro machines Y-wing. Look at that.
Can you see that closer somehow? Oh, that's really nice.
Right?
Is that a brown color?
He wore the brown pants.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm super stoked with that, man. I'm super pumped. Yeah, I liked it. I liked the look of it, and now I've got it in my hands. And thank you, my man. That's awesome. Super happy.
Seriously, thank you so much. Are you based in Seattle? Because the reason I ask is we had our guest next week. The Hey Weirdos went to SummerCon in Puyallup, which we did last year, and there was a Karistan. How am I pronouncing it right? Karistan, the big giant Wookiee from Book of Boba. I just finished watching the whole series again.
Black Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah.
So because I know he's built one, and like I'm wondering if they got a picture with him at SummerCon, because I saw a picture of the Hey Weirdos with a black chrysanthemum next to them, and I was like, I think that's the collector. I think that's who it is. So I'm just curious if that's who it was. So
we're dubiously watching the comments to find out.
How you doing, Steve?
Okay, I'm tired. I'm a tired man.
I can imagine you're tired.
It's been good not to focus on anything build-wise for a while, although I am quickly putting together a shoulder lamp for a Colonial Marine, because I have an exciting noise in my ears, as if I'm in a relaxing spa.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks,
I was
Rob.
trying out music. I was seeing if that was working.
That was
apparently it was
really
distracting.
loud and distracting.
Yeah, it was loud. I'm
on
sorry.
fire. The guy on the top left. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm building a shoulder lamp for a great shoot that I've got coming up next week, and I'm not going to say anything more about it. But obviously, it's aliens based, so stay tuned on that.
Terry and Deo have been constantly harassing me in a polite way about we should be doing the review on the next Aliens movie, or if we do Aliens 2, they would like to they would like us to let them know in advance. I think it's because I must have ticked them off in some way or somehow with the last review.
Yeah, you said you hated Alien. That's a great movie.
I did, yeah.
That's all you need to do. I can understand them being ticked off.
Yeah,
I hear Jamie, second better.
This could be a me and you gig with Terry and Deo.
Good luck controlling this. It's been like smooth as silk here, sir.
Oh yeah, butter smooth. We'll just
butter. Butter.
100 monkeys typing on it.
No, we'll definitely have to do a review with people that enjoy the franchise.
Hey, come on. You can't what did he just say? We find the good and we find the bad in things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just speaking honestly.
Yeah.
But I hear that the second one's better. So I'm assuming you're going to bring it up sometime soon.
Yeah, I was waiting.
I mean, for next episode, our next movie review, you are hosting, and we're doing the Road to Victory.
It's actually called Victory in North America. In the UK, it was called Escape to Victory. But that will be what we're doing. And again, apologies for anyone out there that was like, "Why the hell are we watching this right now?" I was hoping to time that with the Euro Cup that was going on, and England were making their way up to the final. So it was quite cool to review a movie like this, which gets you pumped. But now it's coming in a bit late, but I still love it, and anyone who has that same association with it hopefully will too. So yeah, that's coming up soon. But the next one we'll do Aliens, man.
Yeah, Michael Caine and Sylvester Stallone. I never thought I'd see those two.
Michael Bloody Caine, but let's leave that for the next show.
Yeah. So he's from Pennsylvania. Okay, sorry. I got it all mixed up. But I know that Christine's saying to threaten to kick me out. Big words there, Christine. Appreciate that. We have to start the episode right here. We haven't done the intro yet. We're just kind of doing the chat right now. So can I start the episode properly? Okay, hang on. I'm going to kick you guys out. Hang on. We have to do it properly here. Okay, here we go. We're going to do a little bit of start the show here. Starting soon. Here we go. Hang on. Let's get rid of that comment. We don't need to hear from. There we go. And there we are. Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name is Rob Williams, and I'm here with
Jamie Pale Rider,
as well as
Steve 3.
Hey, did it! Yeah, look at the timing on that.
Yeah,
see if you can do that.
I expected that to be another shit show, Rob. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, there you go. So now we just got to get that right for the next time. Hard in. Hard in.
Phrasing?
Yeah. But we've already done the intros.
We done the intro. There we go. So today's episode, we are going to talk about a whole bunch of things. We were originally going to focus strictly on the Acolyte, but then you went to San Diego Comic-Con, Steve, and then the three of us, 4 of us actually, and Neil too, unfortunately can't make it today. We all saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and we're kind of like, we want to talk about it. So today is going to be, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to spoil the hell out of it. If you haven't seen Acolyte, we're going to spoil the hell out of it. San Diego Comic-Con, well, we're going to be talking that too. And some other things. I think Jamie might want to bring some stuff into the conversation. I definitely want to bring some stuff into the conversation. I just learned from Mike Tarkin, who I know that Nick already knows. That's how he found us. But like just 5 minutes ago, or now it seems like 50 minutes ago, Mac showed me something that got me super excited about Star Wars. And so I want to share that as well. But Steve, how are you doing after the con, first of all?
Recovering.
How you feeling? Recovering?
Yeah,
because you were working it.
Yeah, I was there and it was great, but I was working it. So I was actually working a booth. We got a commission job for a company that has a new animated series coming out. And that animation is based on a role-play game called Infinity, which is based over in Europe.
Okay.
So Infinity is like Warhammer, and it has a huge universe. So Lex and Otis, the production company, have taken that on, and they are fielding this animated series, which they've done an amazing job about. I didn't know anything about this stepping in, and then coming away from this, I'm super into it. Super into it. It's a fun show, man. I was blessed enough to, after Comic-Con, go and watch the first episode, which people haven't seen yet, and it's good. It's good. There's not a lot of stuff nowadays that makes me want to watch the next episode, and this is a series that does. So if anyone out there knows Infinity, the game, they should be quite excited to hear that there's going to be an animated series.
That's cool.
Live action. So we were commissioned to make costumes from some of the characters from that, which we did, and we hung out on the booth in those costumes, and we went to the panel to represent the character as well. The schmoozing was done by the company, etc. It was a great gig. I was there with some friends, so it wasn't just me and Ali. It was great. It was great, but I didn't get to see a lot of the con. That's the down point.
Yeah, it's like doing a troop in many ways, right? You're doing the con, but you don't get to look around because you're at your booth working hard. Right.
But the atmosphere that you feel, outside of the con, in the con, is electric, and listening to everybody's comments of all the panels they did get to and the stuff they've seen, and getting to meet and greet, you live it through the people that are there.
So have you been to a San Diego Comic-Con before?
Yeah, I've been to a couple of them now. Yeah,
a couple of now. And so basically this is kind of, as a working person, you like you said, didn't get to see a lot, but you still enjoy the atmosphere is what I'm sensing.
Yeah, I've worked it before. One of the times I went, it was a game for another gaming company.
Yes, that was the one with the big giant hammer,
the big giant hammer.
Yeah.
Hey, phrasing. But the last one I went to before this was the previous year, which was a very strange one because it was a non-industry Comic-Con. It was going back to the roots of Comic-Con almost. There was no huge studio presence at all because of the strike, and it was really all about the vendors, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that. It was there was no panic and stress about getting into Hall H to see the latest and greatest from Marvel or Disney or whatever. Well, it's all the same thing now, but it was a good con to go to, a little bit more relaxed. But all those edgy, anxiety-filled people were on the shop floor trying to get all the exclusives. So they were still there in abundance, getting that anxiety.
Did you get anything nice there?
I did get the only con exclusive that I was really interested to get. I did manage to get, which was awesome.
What was that?
And I can show that off for you right now.
Please, little show and tell here.
So again, going back to my love of Micro Galaxy Squadrons, they did a con exclusive this year, which was ridiculous. But in the good sense of Generation X-Wing and everything we love about retro, they went for retro arcade X-Wing and TIE Fighter inside.
Yes,
an arcade
you did
box.
show me this one online.
So
this so cool.
This is ridiculous. I didn't want to get it because of Space Danger. When I saw it, I just loved what they did. I just think it's such a great homage to, the times gone by. But the cool thing about this one and why it was worth getting in the end is that, you're not going to unbox this one, really. There's no point. I don't know if you can see in there with the glare of the lights, but what will happen if I press this button here is the black light comes on and everything's black light colored. So again, very difficult in a studio environment to show it, but it's pretty cool. And then you just turn it off again, but you kind of get the idea.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's a 1 of 500, and I was super happy and pumped to get that.
1 of 500.
I lost my calm when I went in there because there was loads of stuff on display, and I'm still working through unboxing all this stuff, and I love seeing these craft outside of their boxes. So I got there, it was on the opening preview night, and I was kind of like that annoying kid, if you like, with all the staff that were there, but they are so cool. The staff there at Jazzwares are so cool. They listen to it and they appreciate it. It wasn't all about I want. It was talking about how cool the things are. Oh, and what's this up here? And I love what you've done with this. And so I was just there enjoying it, and I was just saying to them, I don't need this. This is good. If I get it, I get it. I don't need it. And I was just persuaded to make an effort to get it that night because, yeah, it was so enjoyable to see that. We went to the Hasbro stand, and I got to cry some tears of frustration at seeing the cantina in its real self. I got to see the cantina in all its glory, and I had to retell the story of me being an absolute idiot of not. Let's not even get into it. So yeah, there was that. San Diego Comic-Con is larger than life, man. It really is. And every day the night's over or the day's over before you know it. There was so many cool panels that I missed out on, but I did get to hear about them, and we can discuss those as well. You guys probably saw more of it if you watched it online than I did when I was actually there.
I wasn't paying attention too much to it, to be frank, because I find that a lot of the panels, I mean, we all heard about Robert Downey Jr. making his show, but I was just kind of avoiding it all because I just gets overwhelming. I was so busy with other stuff. So
yeah,
Jamie, did you see? Sorry, go.
No, go. No, don't know if Jamie did watch it or not.
I was going to ask Jamie. Did you see anything from San Diego Comic-Con that piqued your interest?
I watched a few things, nothing major. There's I like watching panels when I can. They don't make it easy, and it's usually just like unauthorized bootleg videos of people that recorded the panels when they're not supposed to. So
yeah,
it's kind of frustrating that way that I have to go through hoops just to see this stuff if I'm not one of the few hundred or few thousand people there, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I watched some Yes Have Some stuff around the Ghostbusters, and that's pretty
right,
bittersweet. And yeah,
was that the one about the action figures? We
Yeah.
saw. I was excited, and then balloon burst within seconds when
Yeah,
you
me
told me
too.
that news.
Me too.
Explain it and go in detail what you saw.
So there's been rumors. I guess I saw someone do some concept art of some really high end, super accurate, really nicely sculpted real Ghostbusters figures. And so that's been the rumor that it's happening. So oh man, I would get in on that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And then Mondo announced that they're doing them in 2-packs. So it's a Ghostbuster, and then in it's 12-inch. No, sorry, 6-inch scale.
6-inch. Yeah.
6-inch scale. Each Ghostbuster is packed in with a big bad ghost. It's you have so far you have Bankman and Sam Hain, and then you have Egon and the Boogeyman, along with some other stuff. And
Great
they look
ideas.
Beautiful.
Great concept ideas.
Yeah. So the first day out, they didn't have the prices tagged, and people were asking how much, and that's where the excitement kind of just exploded. In a bad way, I should say, kind of burst, like you said. So they are $200 US per 2-pack.
Yeah,
So
2 and a
that's,
third pack, as Tony says.
Yeah, because you get a little ghost as well. There's a Slimer in there, there's an intro ghost in there, but for $200 US, especially for a Canadian, that hurts. it hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And
After exchange and after
is this
shipping.
an exclusive, Jamie, or is this just a generic? This is going to go on sale.
No, it's going to go on sale. It's like
Right.
it's not a con exclusive or anything
Right.
like that. We actually did have someone on the ground looking for an exclusive for us, which was the Ghostbusters Proton Pack enamel pins.
Oh yes, that's right.
But the guy that was there, Aaron's brother, Eric, he's like, well, there are 200 of them available, and there are 800 people lined up.
so you're saying there's a chance.
Question on that, is that per day, Jamie, or in total?
Total.
Because a lot of it was per day.
Yeah.
So they would limit their releases per day. So when they told you how many was available, it was for that day.
Oh, yeah, I've never been, so I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just told there's 200 and there's 4 times as many, and they're probably not limiting very much, like limiting to one per person. Because I immediately saw some go up on eBay, which...
Well, that's a whole different story in another conversation.
Yeah, we talked about this. I think when we had Spectre Creative on the show a few years back, and who was involved in the toy business and was behind the scenes with Master of the Universe, DC, all that sort of stuff. And it just like it doesn't make any sense to me why these people make such con exclusives, limit the number so much, and just allow people to sell it on eBay for like 5, 6, 7 times the price when they could be making the money. Like, and if it's like a simple thing, like you had a Luke Skywalker, but with a different hat, con exclusive, I get it. It's a little twist on the same thing. But I've said like Ram Man from a pop vinyl, which has never been made, is going for like over $200, a stupid pop vinyl, and it's the only make of it. It's the only version of it. And so a guy like me who's trying to collect all the Master of the Universe, now it's empty because I'm not spending $200 on a pop vinyl. So why are we limiting the numbers? I don't get it. Make money.
To be fair to the guys there, the suppliers, the vendors, if you like, there were limits to how many you could buy. So in some cases, now one of the other things that I picked up, I don't know why, but one of the other things I picked up was the Mattel Royal Naboo Starfighter on Hot Wheels, because the box looks so good, and it's a great looking box, similar to my my other Empire 40th that I got, because of the box and the way it looks good. You're not going to find that again, right, on the shelf. So I did get that, but there was a limit of 2.
Yeah,
right?
and that's
there was
great.
A limit of 2. And with the MGS stuff, you could buy 3 products from Jazzware, but it had to be 3 separate products, 1 of each. You couldn't. So you got to give credit to that, because that's a way of stopping that from happening.
Yeah,
because
but
the
that's
rigmarole you have to go through to get it in the first place isn't worth going back in line and trying to get another one, right? So
I get that, but that's a separate situation. I'm talking about just making a product that's exclusively for the Fan Expo. Okay, I understand that. You want to reward the people who did the struggle of getting there and being at the moment. Great. But to punish the rest around the world on something that is like when you have a collection of different characters and you can only get this one character of this whole selection instead of maybe a one version of a character. So again, it's instead of getting so if we got the Cantina, you were talking about Cantina aliens, and you want to collect all these Cantina aliens. If you maybe you sell a different type of Walrus Man, but now with removable arm or a different look, that's different. But to get no Walrus Man at all, unless
they did that. You can't.
No, but I'm just saying that
Sonica Sisters unless you buy that, and you can't buy that anymore. That's now done. It was a
so why do that though? I mean, it just makes the collecting for me, and I guess I know there's a lot of people who are completionists. It just I just immediately stopped collecting because I can't finish it, and I'm not spending any more money on this because I can't complete my collection. I'm going to focus my attention elsewhere. It's just I can survive without the second version of the same character. And then
I guess another way of looking at it is the con exclusive is a con exclusive. It's not part of the original collection. So if you were to get your card on the back with all the characters that are in the collection, that one wouldn't be in there because it was a con exclusive. So,
but that's the problem. It shouldn't be a con exclusive. You can't, if you're collecting all the characters and you want to collect all the Pokemon, but you can only get this one. of the 100 that you want, that's wrong. But if you want to get a different version of all the ones you already have, that's I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Like it's like removing that one puzzle piece, and it's just like, well, you're going to be happy with that puzzle piece missing.
It's like Super 7 did the Willy Wonka, right? They did Willy Wonka. It looks like it's made of chocolate, but they did a con exclusive that was golden, like the golden ticket, which to me is a lot of fun. And to me, that's a reward for people who are going there in the first 500 people. If you go in, if you make the effort, you're going to come away with a gold one. That's like giving away.
I get that.
A free badge almost, right? That's different. That's excitement. That's something to pull people in. And at the end of the day, you need people to come to these conventions if they're going to survive and make their money, right? And
I get.
If you went to the convention just to walk around and hope that you found something on a vendor's store that you wanted to buy, you probably wouldn't be going all that way, spending all that money, staying in the hotels and going out. If you go there and you've got, for example, if I was to go and I wasn't working it, chances are I wouldn't give up the hours I need to give up to go to Hall H so I could get into the Deadpool panel or so I could get into the Romulus panel. I really want to go to those things, but life's too short for me personally. And if I have to spend hours in line, I'd rather spend the hours with the people that are in that same environment. So that's just me. If I could British charm my way into any of the Hall H stuff, I would. But giving up those hours, that's something else. Now, if you're there with a group of people whose sole purpose is to get to that panel because they're diehard fans, then you're going to be together with your friends while you're doing it anyway. So it's a win-win,
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing as well, which I've noticed this year, which I think is good, but it's also going to be putting people on the other side of the fence, is those con exclusives are now going up for sale on the websites of the vendors. So, for example, if you wanted a Black Series 6-inch Darth Maul on bike in the original packaging, which looks so cool, and it's a cool thing, but I'm kind of not doing Black Series anymore. But it's cool, and if I could have just walked up and bought one, I probably would have just bought it. But because I had to wait till 3 o'clock to get into a lineup to get the opportunity to buy it, I didn't bother. But if I'd have waited until this week, I could have gone online at 9 o'clock on a certain day, and whatever was left of that whole shipment of stuff they were doing as con exclusives was available online at Hasbro Pulse.
Yeah,
so you could have bought one. Yeah, so
if you're lucky enough that they didn't sell out the first time,
but you have to make an effort to get what you want too, and I do firmly believe that.
To ask somebody to make an effort to go all the way to San Diego.
No, I just mean about the stuff that comes up and is limited. It's annoying as all shit, but you got to make an effort. Like anything that I want, I make sure I'm up. I've got my laptops open, my phone open. I've got my different things ready. If I want it, man, I'm there ready for it. And then I'll hit the first one that comes up and I'll buy it, but that's almost a bit of fun. But I totally hear what you're saying, which is it takes the fun away a little bit because you can't get the stuff that you really love to get. And not everyone can afford to travel halfway across the world. You're talking about being in Canada to go to San Diego. Well, what about people across the other side of the world?
Netherlands,
that's going to cost them a fortune, right? So I can see that. I can see the reason for it, and I enjoy that thing of going there and getting that con exclusive. And not everything is what everyone wants, So I remember one year I went and I really wanted to get. Have I got it here? Yeah, I do. I really wanted to get this. I really wanted to get this, and it's ridiculous. I don't know if you can see that.
2000. Oh, what is that? It's a HAL.
So that is what is now
cool.
considered the most criminal thing to own in the world, which is a USB drive. If you talk to any IT guy, they're gonna not let you anywhere near their computer with this. But this was a San Diego Comic-Con.
That is pretty cool. Yeah,
but it's cool because
it's
cool HAL and it's got a metal. And for some unknown reason, it appealed to me. And I needed it, and I went up there and I got it because not everyone wants that shit. But I came away with something that I'm never going to want to get rid of now because I love it, and it's made of metal, and it reminds me of a cool movie.
The collector says, follow the Mike Tarkin motto. Eventually, there'll be another version updated. Our prices will drop hopefully before we die. So you never know. I just got to wait another 40 years.
I keep saying to all the with the scalper thing out there is ridiculous. Like you're not even with a con exclusive with all the stuff that finally may show up on a peg on a shelf, right? Because the distribution and supply is just ridiculous nowadays. But when something finally shows up on a peg, there are people out there whose second job, if not primary job, is to go out there and clear those fucking shelves of all the stuff, and then go on to the collector group pages and go, oh, hey, everyone, I'm that really nice guy who's got some spare stuff, but I'm going to sell it at this price, right?
Yeah.
And that's the bit that pisses me off. And that's the thing, because, you know, you go to Walmart, you go to Target, no one in there is going to stop anyone from buying as many as they want.
No, not at all.
You know, it's not going to happen. They don't care. They're not going to put their selves on the line for that.
Nah.
So, you know, I spoke to a couple of Walmart employees and Target employees, and they'll say, yeah, man, as soon as we put those things on the shelf, someone will come in and grab all of them. And I'm like, fuck, man, you got to stop that. But
they don't get paid enough to do that, sir.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, we're kind of detracting from the pull of
I was going to bring
San Diego Comic-Con.
So,
but some of the panel stuff was awesome, man. What I heard, like the Romulus panel was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Did you guys hear anything about that?
No. Tell us more, because you know me, I'm not going to follow that one.
Well, they made it so fun. So they bring you in there. They did get played a clip which we haven't seen before, and fair dues to all my friends. None of them wanted to ruin it for me. So I got no spoilers during San Diego for Deadpool or for Aliens, which is so cool. So there are people out there that give a shit. But what they did is, one of the questions posed to Fede Alvarez was, you know, working with practical effects. You've probably seen, you can Google this and see it online on YouTube, but working with practical effects, are you worried one day that, you know, does it make you scared you're going to come across a real life thing and all the lights go out, and when they come back on again, the special effects department had unleashed these remote control face huggers, because they're all fully working now, and they can go over anything. They're like one wheels with interjoint limbs. It's crazy. So they're running around the whole place, freaking everyone out. Then the dude comes up on stage and starts convulsing, rips open his shirt, and a chest burster comes out of it. So to me, that would have been such an amazing thing to be part of, because it was fun as all hell, right? Fun as all hell. And then they gave them all face huggers, like masks that can wrap around your face with eye holes, and you can wear these face huggers. It was cool, man. And that would have been really good to be part of, to get that hype and that atmosphere. And the same thing happened for Hall H Deadpool, is that everyone that got into Hall H Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman showed up after doing their Whirlwind World Tour and premiere in New York. So they showed up and they actually played the movie for the people that lined up for Hall H.
The entire movie?
The entire movie. And then afterwards,
whoa,
I think it was the entire movie. I wasn't there. But afterwards, they brought on all the people that cameoed it live on stage to surprise everyone, which is so cool.
Obviously, talking about like the people who played the other Deadpools, for example, or are you talking like
I wasn't, I don't know, and no one told
Oh.
me, because no one wanted to ruin it for me, which is again graciously accepted, and I will take that. But knowing that we've got people, I mean, we've already said this is going to be a spoiler, and we'll talk about this next. Could be a good segue, but you know, you got Channing Tatum, you got who is it plays Electra?
Why am I blanking? Don't rely
Jennifer
on
Garner.
Jennifer Garner, Wesley
Snipes. You know, all these people that would have been in it as cameos, which is kind of cool. And then afterwards, see, at this point, here's a story for you. Sorry to keep waffling on, but you asked. So I knew I wasn't going to get into Hall H. So Ali really wanted to go to the Her Universe fashion show. She loves that thing. She wanted to go. I didn't know if I had a ticket. So we were in full costume from working the booth all day. She went over there to get her ticket. And the chances were I could have got in, but I wanted to go and get out of my costume. So I went back and I just thought, what am I going to do? I'm at San Diego. So I managed to get myself into my Deadpool outfit and then put my schoolgirl Deadpool outfit on top of that, including the wig, got in a cab, went back to the convention, but I'd left my pass in the hotel room.
Oh no.
So I couldn't. So it's like 1,000,000 degrees in San Diego.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get into the con to cool down. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm dressed like this idiot, and I've got another like 4 hours to waste. So I started skipping around outside. There was no, I went down to Hall H and tried to tempt them with my little disco grenade bomb boobs to let me in, you know, flicking my hair. It was so funny, and they were laughing, and I wasn't being a total douche. It was fun. I couldn't get in. So I skipped back down to the entrances, and I met a friend of mine, Rockers, who was dressed as Wolverine, and we just hung out outside, and we just got bombarded for picture after picture.
Oh, nice.
Dicking around as schoolgirl Deadpool and Wolverine. And then I spent the rest of the night sat in a bar in that, just with my head off, drinking whiskey with a little short skirt and a school shirt on. But it was fun. But the reason I mentioned that is because I missed the whole bigger than ever drone light show that happened outside for everybody. So after they all come out of Hall H, there was a huge drone show.
I heard about that. I actually saw little clips of that. It was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Missed that. Sat in a bar drinking whiskey. Idiot.
It's funny. Trip was saying that, and I remember you working for Toys R Us, Trip, did its best to stop scalpers. I would put the items back put items in the back for people, mainly kids who were asking about it. And I got in trouble a few times, but I felt I needed to do my part. Salute you, sir. So, anything else you want to add to this? Am I understanding correctly that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom? Is
Correct.
This for sure? So why?
Well,
it's weird. Why? I mean, we've got a whole world of other actors. Why do we have to go back to Robert Downey Jr.?
Jamie, do you want to chime in with this one? Do you know anything on this one?
I don't know the why. That's what you're asking.
What I can make out is that, because I'm not a big comic book reader. I don't read. I always say this on the show. I don't read. Yeah. I look at pictures. But I mean, I guess that's comic books. But apparently it was supposed to be a variation of Tony Stark.
Okay, if it's connected to that, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that kind of makes sense in some respect. But yeah, I don't know why they went with him. I don't get it. It doesn't excite me. There you go. So Trip just said in the comics.
Okay, so yeah, in the comics, Doom trades bodies with Stark, so maybe that's what they're going for. And yeah, and I think that's what Collector is saying too. Okay, well then, this makes a little more sense. I don't follow the recent Marvel stuff, so. But
I agree. They could have gone with someone else, but
if it's a storyline, then I get it, and then Robert Downey Jr. makes sense. I was worried that we're going to like the same well for the same actors, but obviously it sounds like there's a purpose for this. If in fact that's what it is. So
hey man, if it works.
You ask and you're told, so it's good. I got nothing else for San Diego Comic-Con. Nothing really. I saw some couple cool things out there from action figures from Master of the Universe and stuff. Jamie, you saw, like you mentioned, the Ghostbuster stuff, but that's I got nothing else to add to that. So if you're okay with this, let's hop over. Since we talked about Deadpool, we'll stick with Deadpool. Me and Jamie got to see it in the theater. I know that you two typically have a tradition of seeing the movie together. Jamie was very kind to help me out with a couple things while watching the movie. Like, I don't understand what this is about. I don't understand what this is about. But Jamie, what'd you think of the movie? So, what'd you think of the Deadpool movie?
Oh yeah, first spoilers. We're gonna again spoil the movie.
Yeah, spoil.
Seen it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say stop watching, but I don't know. Maybe start doing this or something.
La 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 la.
Yeah. No, I liked it.
Come back in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Give us 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'll try to keep us on track here. 10 minutes. You got it. Go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, already it's a good thing we said that, because fucking Saurus said he hasn't seen it, so sorry about that.
Yeah, get off your ass, man. Come on. It's been way too long.
Oh yeah, Christine hasn't seen it either.
And we're just losing people. Should we have left this to last? But
we can shift gears.
Well, I don't want to. Okay, do you want to hold off about 15 minutes and we'll talk about Acolyte for 15 minutes?
Let's end the show.
Okay, all right. Don't stay right there. We're going to talk about Acolyte then for about 15 minutes. I think we can get that done in 10-15 minutes, and then end with Wolverine. So, so everybody's leaving. All of a sudden, Christine's taking her mom with them, with her. Okay. Anyways, so let's talk about Acolyte. We are very late to talk about Acolyte, but
does it matter?
Jamie, I don't think it matters. Not with this one, because this was the most. I'm trying to find the right word. Divided. I saw a lot of people, and I'm putting aside the fact that people were hating a show that did not even start yet. They don't count. But those people who I've seen, I've talked to, have seen it, and it's just very divided. Jamie, what do you think of the Acolyte?
Yeah, it was okay. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun story. I've had this discussion, but I was happy for a story that didn't involve Skywalkers or anything like that. Like totally original characters. Like we hadn't seen them in the movies or anything. I know that there's been some in the books and comics and whatnot, but yeah, original characters to live action. So that's nobody had plot armor or anything like that. So it was fun to see them go
Definitely.
nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, before you continue, I had no idea this is Christine's mom, Goofa fucking Source. I thought she was incognito. Like the two of them are leaving. Oh, you know each other. All right, sorry, I did not know. I apologize. Positives then. Give me some positives from this, Jamie. Give me some positives from the Acolyte.
I liked the story. We saw some really cool stuff. I like that the Jedi weren't portrayed as paragons of virtue, and it was a little more gray. And by gray, I mean I don't want to see gray Jedi because the concept of gray Jedi is stupid. But just showing them not to be perfect, which was fun, and giving us a Sith Lord that, again, like this isn't the first Sith Lord we've seen where you understand their motivations, because Dooku especially was a great character. But yeah, another great Sith, and yeah, just overall it was fun. There was some great acting to come out of it. Like the guy that played Master Soul was awesome. I just wish we could have gotten more Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. Episode 1 gone. It was just I mean, we do see her come back in flashbacks and stuff, but it was less than I was expecting from Carrie. And honestly, I was kind of okay with that, because I found her character immediately after the first episode kind of dull, but then I find a lot of Jedi kind of dull. So Master Saul had a little more emotion, a little more desire, which made him stand out a little bit more, which I dug. But yeah, you're mentioning the Jedi. Boy, they did not seem like the good guys in this at all. It was quite the message being sent about how we should really take a look at how the Jedis operate and how they run their organization. What about you, Steve? What are some positives that came out of Acolyte?
I think I don't want to be the guy that only liked the episode that was full of death and destruction, but like I think we've mentioned this before in our review of the other episodes. I really liked the reveal of the stranger. I really liked the unstoppable kind of force of the stranger and the will to want to get to where he needed to get to no matter what. I really enjoyed that, and I felt I didn't see that towards the end of the series. That was kind of like a whoa, where did that come from? And then it dissipated towards the end. But the positives for me were, I don't know, I enjoyed the witches. I enjoyed the story of the witches. I enjoyed the creation of life beings from a different way, than the Immaculate Conception that we got from midichlorians. And now that this kind of made a little bit more sense to me, that there was some magic involved. I kind of enjoyed that. I enjoyed the whole thing with the witches, to be honest with you. A lot of people I know didn't, but I did. I thought that was cool.
I like the witches too. They were cool.
Yeah. But it just didn't hook me in. It didn't hook me in. I did what I said to you guys, I started watching one after the other instead of just episodically. It took me right up until I think last week or this week. Maybe it was this week, but to watch the end, I waited days and days and days and had people tell me everything about, and like spoiler, but it didn't matter, man. It didn't matter. It just didn't impact me and make me go, God, I can't wait for the next one. I don't hate it for any reason. I don't need to harp on about it for any reason. It just didn't hook me in. So the positives for me were, some of it looked beautiful. The characters were built up to be something, but they didn't quite get there for me. And like, even I enjoyed the acting from the character, the actor that played Saul, but I just found his constant devotion a little bit wearing on me after a while, to be honest, because I couldn't see why it was all about the girl. It was all about the girl, and just didn't seem to give a damn about everything else apart from this girl. Like, why is it so? Is there a bigger story here? Because it didn't really get explained to me why it was so there. Why I'm doing this for you. I'm doing it. Like, you killed their mother, plain and simple. There's a puff of smoke, killed her. Didn't have any remorse about that whatsoever. I was just trying to protect you, and that started to not work for me. But yeah, some of the Stranger was awesome, man. Like, the acting abilities was so good, and there was some really good acting in there. I really enjoyed a lot of the actors, but we lost them. We lost a few of them halfway through.
Yeah.
So, who's the? Why can't I remember names today? Is it Jackie? Is it the
Jackie? Yeah, the Padawan X-23.
Yeah, what's her name? Daphne, right? Daphne.
Yeah.
Daphne Keane.
Yeah. So Daphne Keane just, I think, did a bang up job.
Great.
And I know,
she was my favorite.
It just felt right. I got the feeling there. It just felt right to me. Whereas some of the other characters didn't embody it in some respects. So I couldn't get into it. And so, like I say, it's not, I didn't dislike it. I can't think why I would want to watch it again at this point. I think I have to, and maybe watch it from start to finish, which I've done on a lot of stuff. But
it was much more fun to be able to watch it without having to wait. It felt more like a cohesive thing.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. I called it. The end of it, I called it. I'm terrible at doing that to myself, but
yeah,
I called the switcheroo. I called it.
The show was pretty predictable.
Yeah,
like, and not to say that that's a bad thing. Like, it's not bad to be predictable, because it's Star Wars after all. It's not fucking Shakespeare, Tolstoy, or something like that.
But it needs to be a hook story, right? That's the thing I was saying earlier. Yep. You want to watch. Like, I should be pumped to find out more with the second season. I should be pumped, but I'll watch it. It's Star Wars.
I'm pretty pumped.
So
I'm excited for season 2. We got some cool.
Is there a season 2?
Yep,
for sure.
I mean, they're not for sure.
A plan for it.
Okay, because I've been hearing people saying that it was canceled because of something hubbubaloo about one of the producers, and then some other people were backing out of that, and it was just like, I mean, it makes sense the way they ended it. And then if you haven't seen the very, very end, we see Master Yoda make a little appearance, and which I guess I was assuming he was going to pop in there somewhere at some time. We all kind of felt Yoda popping here.
There was no way he wasn't showing up.
Yeah. Grogu doesn't get any older, and Yoda never gets a break and become any younger. They still
he had a little more hair.
Yeah, but it's still white, for crying out loud.
Yeah, the ladies like their Darth Bortles, and Steve just wanted young, sexy Yoda.
I wanted sexy Yoda. We got the Stranger. Why didn't we have Yoda coming out of the bath and just like...
Yeah, you got the Stranger with the shoulders and the arms.
Winnie the Pooh in it as he...
Yeah. Okay, I was going to hold off, but I mean, they're all getting upset at me on the chat here. So it says here, can we talk about Mr. Smiley's arms?
It's not Mr. Smiley's, Darth Bortles.
And then
there
they're
we
saying,
go.
Oh, Darth Bortles, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Collector said, listen, this is how divided. I saw some people say, felt the ending with the sisters splitting was the weakest part, but then, sorry, let me get this one here. The actors did a decent job in switching between the twin characters. I thought they actually did really good as two different people. Although there was at one point in the show where she's cutting off her braids and it became more of a L'Oreal commercial than anything else. And I was like, oh God, okay.
I mean, hair is magic in Hollywood.
There was no burnt ends or nothing.
No.
I mean, couldn't stand Yord. I mean, I going back to Trip, he was on this side of it.
Grew on me.
5 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yord. Oh yeah,
off kind of. He's annoying because he's by the book. He arrests OSHA, and it's clear like he's just unthinking at the start.
That I agree with.
Once shit goes down with Darth Bortles, and he's just like Saul tells him like, get OSHA back to the ship. Like, he's all about protecting her and doing his duty. But then he goes back in, and I can't remember who he saves, but he comes out of nowhere. It might have been Jackie or Saul. I can't remember, but he goes in and he saves Jackie. And that was a pretty badass moment. I think his character
was supposed to be annoying.
Yeah, he was by the book.
I don't feel it was embodied enough for me to. It didn't come across.
Yeah, we didn't have enough time with them, right?
Yeah.
Like there's not enough time to develop.
See him with his shirt off.
There you go.
Yeah.
For me, positives, the choreography of the battle of the lightsabers. Bang on.
My
I really
choreography
enjoyed
was
it.
awesome.
Fantastic. I loved Jedi Chewie. I'm just I know that's not his name. Which is Kelnaka. Kelnaka was great. I loved his movement. I loved seeing a Jedi Wookiee just kick butt. That was fun. I was wishing there was more of it. And I'm glad they, like, when they killed him off, I'm like, that's friggin' it. That's all we get. And then they go into a little flashback. Okay, thank God. I see some action here.
Do you like, for the record, that he enjoys walking around naked?
It's all part of it. It's all covered in fur. Although I thought for sure he was bald. He had a bald head. I think it was just hair pulled back. But I swear to God, when I first saw it, I was like, is that a bald?
I thought it was shaved. Yeah, I thought it was shaved on the sides.
I thought it was shaved. I don't think it was. I think it was just pulled back. It was. I did enjoy the choreography. I wasn't a fan of the series, though. I did not enjoy Saul. I did not enjoy the Jedi characters, except for, as you mentioned, Jeki. Jeki was the only Jedi. Jeki and the Wookiee Jedi were the only Jedis that I enjoyed. The rest, and I think it was because I don't know if they intended this to be the way, but they were not good people. The Jedis are supposed to be honorable, good, and they were messed up.
Yeah, they're like bad cops.
Yeah,
it's like trying to find the right words here, because I relate a lot of the Jedi, the focus on Jedi when they focus on like certain negative aspects of religion, and I think that's what we were seeing here. It was a commentary on that sort of thing. I don't know if it's intentional, unintentional, but when we're supposed to rely on these leaders of spirituality and they fuck you over and secretly don't tell you about it, and it's just like, then you start to understand where what was it, Darth, what was it again? What was the names you guys
Darth
gave
Bortles?
him? Darth Bortles. When it was Khmer who was just like, you understood why he was so pissed off, and why he was angry.
Well, there's more going on there too, right?
Did we find out who he, because I know the Green Goddess was like, oh, you did we find out?
It's strongly hinted that
okay, but we didn't actually find out.
His master.
I think that was Master Apprentice.
Yeah, but we didn't have
hinted,
it,
but not confirmed.
Okay, I didn't think so.
There's lots going on there. Like when she shows up on I wanted to call it Braca. I've been playing Jedi Survivor, but not Braca, but the planet where the witches were.
Yeah.
When Nestra gets there, and she immediately recognizes Chimere, that he's there, and he's got very like whip-like wounds on his back, and she has a light whip. So
I forgot about that.
There's a lot going on there, and I hope they flesh out in season 2. But I like how they show like the Jedi at this point are already getting caught up in politics, and it's clearly screwing the whole order over. Like it's people, like their motivations are political. They're not serving the Force. They're not protecting people. They're lying, so they maintain their political power.
It was weird seeing Jedis being just inept. And I'm not talking like they made a bad decision. Like, for example, when like was it Venestra was, talking to that one Jedi just on the side there, and he seemed like he was working in IT, and he just didn't have the aura of a Jedi. He's just like a gopher, and I'm like, come on, you gotta be a little more Jedi-ish. You don't seem like you're playing the part, and a lot of people were making dumbass mistakes that go beyond the training they were doing earlier, and it wasn't convincing for me. And again, we joked about the lightsabers, but those lightsabers are chunky. Those are big, giant, chunky lasers. And I know a lot of people are joking, they want to sell it in Disney, and maybe there's some truth behind it. Yeah, like a pop can. And for a guy like you, Jamie, who handles a lightsaber whenever you trip, it's not the same. Phrase it all you want. So we got nice arms from Darth Swole, whatever his name is, Darth Bortles. But I know, and I don't like the Witches of Dathomir storylines. I find it extremely boring. I'm just not a big fan of Witches of Dathomir. So when I saw the witch, I was so not into that witches section, and it didn't help that the kids arguing. They're just kid actors, and I'm not going to shit on it, but I couldn't. I just did not give a crap about that, and I was let's move on. So I was like 5'6". This is my next to the Rogue One TV show. This was my least favorite, so I just was bored. But it's there were some really, really, really cool stuff. So I will still see it. I'll still see the second episode, but I hope it gets better. Don't hate it, but I didn't love it. Anything to add, guys?
I don't think so. No, I think it deserves a second go through. I have to give it a second go through. I just don't feel super enthused to do so.
Christine says, you didn't like the witches, damn Rob, we might be fighting now. Like, pick something. Ghostbusters 2016, witches, the list is long. So I don't know
you're
surprised.
Your flawed takes on movies and TV are well documented at this point.
I'm surprised to get in the door some days. Okay, let's talk about Deadpool. So if you haven't seen Deadpool, thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Bow to your guests.
Please go and watch it though, because it's so much, and I don't want to ruin it for you. And I feel now even some stuff we said today may have done. So yeah, go and watch it, man. I know everyone's got shit to do, but time is ticking for you to, you're gonna get a lot of stuff taken away that's just so much fun to see. So yeah, try and get to see it, because I'd love to chat about it with people, and it's getting harder to do that when people aren't seeing it. So
I'm surprised it hasn't been spoiled already though. Meredith Jedi Survivor is actually pretty cool, but she, awesome. I enjoy that character, so but she doesn't act like a lot of the Witches of Dathomir. And she's like goth girl, that goth girl you kind of dig in class. So I was just like, she's fine, but I don't know, it's different. So building a strong case against oh well, get in line, I guess. Deadpool, let's now
you gotta get see mine. I'm just Deadpool core at this moment, I either that or I'm not, again. Has everyone left the room who doesn't want to hear about it?
We already said bye.
Yeah. I just want to check one more time.
Warning.
There you go. See, there's
okay.
Bye.
So the thing is, when you see the new suit come out, and I was like, no, because I spent a fortune on that suit of mine, and I love it, and I can live in it, and I'm like, I can't do that again. I'm never going to get that. Oh, but it's a birthday present to myself and a big birthday. I'm never going to get that again, and I really want. But now the cool thing about the movie is we got Deadpool core, and and they all wear that suit. It's just his is just the TVA suit. It's just a version of the suit. So I don't feel I have to go and Deadpool lives on forever. Deadpool can be in anything. But
I didn't know
for those people that now want to get a suit, what are you going to do? Are you going to go with original movie? Are you going to go with TVA suit? So that's my question. What would you go with, Trip? Would you go with the original or would you go with TVA? Do you like the bright red cartoon with the the slim down look and the gold? Well, you don't have to get the gold 50 cals, but which one would you go for? And then that's my throw it out there question. Would you stick to DP1, DP2, or would you go TVA?
OG all the way.
So let's ask you, Jamie. If you were to gimp yourself up, which one would you go for? Would you stick with that one or?
I mean, personally, I'd stick with the OG. My vote for you coming out of that movie was for your next Deadpool costume was not new Deadpool. It was nice pool. That's
nice pool. That's going to be a pricey one with all those different panels on it. That's going to be pricey. I don't think I could because
sorry, not a wig or a toupee. It's a hair system.
yeah. I'd love to get a mask. I'd love to get the burnt mask and wear that. There's a guy who goes by the name of Deadpool, and he has the mask. And he.
No, I'm talking about the wig for nice pool.
The big long
locks and everything.
I don't think I could do it just because of the ear cuff. I don't think I could do it. But I'm
looking. Sorry, I'm looking at the difference of the costumes. I can't tell the difference a lot of times, except you said it was a lot brighter.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
there's a little bit
such
here.
a big difference.
You can't say it's such a
There's
big
such
difference.
a big difference, Rob.
No, such a big difference is like Luke in white and then Luke in black. This is there's a black down here. It's a black. It's not huge.
There's a massive amount of black here. There's cross straps across here. The holsters are like plastic. The knife's different. The graves are different. The knee pads are different. The boots are different. The head's a different shape.
From a guy like me who doesn't know who can't tell the difference, everything's
freaking gold on it. There's no silver on it anymore. So all the different buckles and shit is gold.
I must have bad pictures in. So
yeah. Anyway, moving on from the suit, Jamie.
Oh, I see the gold now.
How many laugh out loud moments did you have, and how long into it did it start?
Dude, right away. Right away, and it didn't stop. Okay, so if we're talking, so like the opening sequence, where he's fighting off the TVA agents, and then NSYNC comes in.
Yeah,
like my God, and just him digging up Wolverine's skeleton and like puppeting it and then using it as a weapon. All that stuff just had me rolling.
But it was the way that you hear him hit metal. Oh. And then it just freaks out, and then everyone in the audience is like, "What the hell's going on?" And it just pans out. Yeah, and that was it. I lost it. Absolutely lost it,
dude. Hilarious. The scene that had me laughing the most, and I was crying laughing, and it didn't stop for probably 15 minutes after the scene ended. Like I would just think about it and start laughing again while other shit is happening. Was the fight in the Honda Odyssey?
Because even at the end, when he's wrapped up in the seatbelts.
Oh my God. Yeah. The finale of that where he's wrapped in the seatbelt and they're both like sleeping.
And we get Grease Lightning for the music.
Yeah. And just like everything, like he gets near the start of the movie or the start of the fight, he gets thrown out the windshield and he's just like, "Oh, you dirty bitch." And he's just like, and like them pausing, and he's like, "I changed my mind. The Honda Odyssey fucks hard."
Yeah.
Like that kills me.
Just the way that the blood just piles up on that shot that peels away to the.
It was vicious, right? Like it was
vicious. To me, it reminded me of the IKEA moment in DP2 when she's trying to, and they go through all the different types of IKEA. That's what it reminded me of, like talk about the Honda Odyssey. It reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But it was so good. But that moment that Wolverine tears him down was so harsh, man. It was so striking. And it was so real. Yeah. And he just stopped.
It was very.
You got nothing to say, mouth. And it's just, you can see he's so frustrated and angry. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. He was so impactful. And then he just goes, I'm gonna fight you now. He's like, oh, and he punches him in the nose.
Yeah.
Like, it's on. Oh my God.
That was such a great fight. Such a great fight.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I gotta admit, if there was any bit that I really need to, because I've seen it twice now. I need to go back and see it again. I have to go back and see it for a third time. But the bit that lost me was the moments leading up to all of it, and it kind of lost me a little bit with the timeline and where we were at. And I did miss not getting closure to the Cable part of it. I did miss that whole.
It's kind of ignored, right?
Yeah, and I guess it's difficult when you don't have the actors to finish it with, so you just got to kind of glaze over it and just make it fun, and that's what they did. But it lost me a little bit then. But as soon as we got into it, it was good. But that
even
whole
just
bit
doing the dance to NSYNC like mid fight, like that was killing me. I was just losing my shit. It was so funny.
Oh, and the bit where he gets the claws out and he puts the claws on himself and it just starts stabbing himself. Oh, Wolverine is hard.
The claws like stuck in that one guy's ass, and he's
like, the other one, and
on it.
The guy's like, "You sick fuck." Oh, it's so good.
And even just the suiting up and with the Predator Taylor, just like oh my
he
God.
felt him up a couple of times in that scene.
A bunch of times.
The ass slaps and the cupping of the balls was so good.
Yeah, so many times. Yeah, that was hilarious.
I can't help but feel we're gonna have such a great gag reel when the DVD comes out.
Yeah. I hope so.
But on the whole of it, I mean, we could talk about what cracks us up all the way through because it was just a crack up fest all the way through. But what did you think of the storyline?
I
I
dug
kind
it.
of liked it. Yeah.
I dug it just because it's kind of cool seeing what could have been or what was lost in time, like Blade and Elektra. I mean, we don't talk about
Yeah.
those anymore, but there they are in this world
Yeah.
of what could have been. Just seeing, like, I didn't get the Gambit. And that's where Jamie was telling me about, like,
with Channing Tatum?
I sense there's a joke here, but I don't understand the
Not
joke.
necessarily a joke, really just an acknowledgement of
Yeah.
of things that never came to pass, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Because
it
look
was
at the
it was a done
impactfulness
deal.
of X-Men 97. Like,
Yeah.
everybody just absolutely fell in love and
Oh, Gambit is
lost
so many people's favorite
Gambit.
X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many favorites.
And every time he'd talk,
it's
Deadpool was just ripping on him.
Yeah.
I thought it was great, but
Yeah.
I
Who's your
like the
dialogue
idea of the
coach?
story.
Mm.
I was touch and go with the villain. I understood the purpose of it, but I was just like,
I really freaking enjoyed the way she put it across, man. I really enjoyed her. I enjoyed it. I didn't know much about it
fun.
but I thought she portrayed it really well. I really do. I
Yeah.
thought she put it through really good.
Honestly,
I enjoyed it.
I liked her. I could have done without Blade and Elektra. Like, Blade got 3 movies. It's not like he was forgotten. And, like, I'm not a huge Wesley Snipes fan, especially like the crack about him being the only Blade when
Yeah.
they're in the middle of making a new one like that.
But then that
felt a
gives
little
Deadpool
shitty.
but Deadpool looks off to the screen and gives the raised eyebrow, right? So,
Yeah. And like Elektra, like, dude, like, okay, I guess, but nobody cares. Like,
who would you have rather seen as a washed up sort of like
Nick
rejected?
Cage as Ghost Rider?
Yeah, that would have been cool. But that
oh
got
my
nixed.
lord,
That got
would have
nixed,
been
though, right?
great.
His agent
It was
wouldn't
like
let him do it.
all day. Yeah, all day.
Hang
Give
on,
me
I'm
that.
sorry.
And who gives a shit about Elektra? Seriously.
Nick
Yeah.
Cage turned down
No,
something?
I think Nick Cage was into it because from what I read somewhere, I can't remember where, but he was into it, but his agent was like, no, because they'd be poking.
His agent lets him do a knockoff Freddy, Five Nights at Freddy movie without saying a goddamn word, but he wouldn't
Yeah.
let him do this.
It's silly. It would have been so cool. It would have
Nick
been
Cage
amazing.
does everything. He does
It
everything.
probably came down to money, dude. Probably came down to money.
Again,
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's knockoff movie.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. He's
like the Chris Evans. That was the
well, yeah.
best.
Yeah. Did
part
you
of
guess that at all?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You guessed it was Johnny
This is
Storm?
Deadpool. He's not Cap. That is not Cap at all.
I didn't even click,
I thought it was.
Oh
I
my
didn't even
god.
click.
Yeah, what
because
an
they
amazing
had
reveal.
they had Cap's boots and they had Cap's belt.
Oh yeah, they
So-
did a fake for sure, but I'm like, there's no way that's Cap. That's absolutely Johnny Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
amazing.
don't know why,
Hilarious.
but I just didn't guess Johnny Storm.
What a
I
great
didn't guess
reveal,
Johnny
though.
Storm.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, he's gonna say Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
It says Flame On.
Yeah,
Fucking hilarious.
yeah, so
So
good.
funny.
I was
I
thinking
love that
about
bit
after.
where what did you think about the Sabretooth moment?
That
was
was
fun.
okay.
Yeah.
I think it was perfect because of that
yeah.
history, like the whole animated series where they go, and they're just battle, fight, and you're expecting this thing to be finished in the ring, and it was just one swift move.
Yeah,
And I
Little
kind of
Ben
like
Kenobi.
that. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it made Wolverine out to be a badass, which was cool.
I just love that.
But-
You look ridiculous.
The setup,
sword
pull
out.
this out, pull that out. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it was Johnny Tripp's favorite, Johnny Storm. I
Yeah,
dig
he's amazing.
the whole swearing thing, and I can't believe he said that. You know, just the whole Johnny Storm just saying all that crap, and then at the end
That
we
was a
see
great rant.
If you stay past the
Yeah.
credits, if you didn't
Past
stay
the
past the credits, comment now because
Yeah.
you know to stay past the credits.
Oh, that was
Gotcha, fuck
good.
face. Yeah.
So
Amazing.
good.
And like, that was such a great rant delivered by Chris Evans. Like, his
Yeah.
delivery of it was hilarious.
Without a
Yeah.
hiccup. Yeah.
Oh man.
And it's interesting because normally they tease something about the next one, but the homage to the X-Men at the end through the titles
was cute.
kind of moving, and there was no hint to another movie. So, you know,
Yeah, it was cute.
got another
Elektra
10
was a
minutes.
super low point. I could have done without Blade.
I dug Blade just because I'm not following a lot of Wesley Snipes antics. So I did dig that little.
If you ever want a fun watch, but unfortunately it will make you like Wesley Snipes less, watch the interview with Patton Oswalt where he talks about his experience with Wesley Snipes filming Blade 3.
All right,
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not. He's not a favorite of mine. I just dug the movie. So I enjoyed it. It was fun. I got the little teasers here and there. There were some I had to ask Jamie about. It wasn't annoying him too much. I did. One of my favorite moments was during one of the scenes. I don't even remember what scene it is. The audience clapped, and I immediately turned my head to look at Jamie. And
what are they clapping for?
He just the look on his face, like, come on. I love a clap in the theater and how much it bugs.
It was right at the start. It was a take my country's name out of your mouth.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Good.
Yeah,
that was so good.
Yeah, and in a theater full of Canadians, obviously that got a pretty good reaction.
Yeah.
Welcome Springfield. Yeah, I dug that, but I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie. It's the same. I enjoyed just as much. I enjoyed the other two. I was a little bit lost at the beginning though, because I was like, why? I guess I didn't remember how 2 ended, or maybe it didn't end this way, but why are those two not together anymore?
Yeah,
why?
that wasn't explained until this.
Oh, so okay.
It glossed over that, which is a little bit shitty. It was a little bit
okay. Then I didn't miss. I thought I missed something from the second movie. I'm like, did they split up?
Yeah, they spent more time on Peter in this movie than they did on Vanessa.
Yeah,
so,
I did dig who's the guy with the mustache? Peter. Was that Peter? Who is
Peter?
Yeah.
Peter.
What the hell has Peter got in his pants? That's what I want to know. Because
I did dig everybody
some
liking
apples.
Peter.
Yeah, he's smuggling some oranges.
There's some apples down there, man.
Yeah.
That whole bit about talking about the nipple rings that go down, and then you see him at the party, and he says, "Pull it, pull it." And then, what was that? Because that's what makes it so fun.
Yeah, that's the fun part. Yeah.
But all the Deadpools loved Peter. They were all on board.
Dude, yes.
That was great. That was great.
The collector, Nick, thank you. A real-sized Wolverine.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about the Wolverines.
Yes,
oh my God.
Great.
So like, that whole sequence, but like the real-sized Wolverine destroyed me.
Yeah.
Because like that's been such a dumb complaint.
Yeah.
For years is Hugh Jackman's too tall. He's too tall. Like, so you're not going to hire an actor that's like 4'8"? Like that's
Danny DeVito
stupid.
as the Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like you get like the comic accurate size Wolverine, and he looks ridiculous, and it's hilarious.
The cameo Wolverines was so good.
Oh man,
good.
So good, man.
I love seeing the Cavill there as well.
I didn't get the reference. Apparently, Jamie had to explain that after the fact. The Henry Cavill joke. I guess it's something they want to do.
Yeah, he was rumored for a while.
Yeah, they wanted him to be
cool. Like he would be a good guy. Like if Hugh Jackman finally decided like he doesn't want to do it anymore until you're 90. But I feel like Henry Cavill would be a good one for sure. But then you got like the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine with the metal stump. That was pretty great.
With him up on the crucifix, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. Good. Like
it's not you, we're just going a different direction.
Yeah, Patch was great.
Yeah,
that was really cool to see.
I thought we were just going to get that little turn and from the front, but then we come back and see him actually like alien, which is so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I loved comic accurate size Wolverine. That was one of the biggest laughs that I had for that movie. What a great reveal and a super just like meta joke.
I just love the bit when he actually finds him in the bar and he drinks himself unconscious and he goes down. He's like, "Ooh, nice jammies." That only took 20 fucking years. So good.
And even the crack afterwards, when they're in the bar in the end of the world or whatever, when he's like, you know, you haven't been wearing your costume, almost like you're embarrassed to be in a comic book movie. Yeah.
Well, I think we're running out of time here. Is there any last bits you want to? So, Steve, I got to ask you: of the three Deadpool movies, which one did you dig the most?
Well, that's difficult, man.
Which of
And
these three children?
the original one will just always be the best for the experience of going to see it and not seeing it before. 2, I love because of the cable stuff in there was so good. I really enjoyed that, obviously. And this one, they're different movies. They're the same movie, but they're different movies. 1 and 2 are pretty much the same pace with different storyline. This one was different. That's different.
My take as well. I like them all for different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think one is like better than the other or anything like that.
I could watch them all again and again. It's just, to me, it's just so uplifting and fun. And you go out there and you have that little kind of sore, wet point in the corner of your eye where you just had the little tears coming out all night.
Yep.
And
yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I did dig 3. The first time I've seen a Deadpool movie in theater, so that's what I dug about that one. But I did enjoy 2 a lot as well. So
yeah, they're all good.
The final battle where they come against the Deadpool Corps and you see all the Deadpools, but that bit where he's dragging Nice Paul across and he's like, I can't feel it. Could you help me out here a little bit? I'm paralyzed. He's like, you're gonna make it, sit, and then boom. it was so horrible, but yet so funny. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was so good.
Yeah,
and then I just love when Wolverine picks up the dog and just holds it up, and then just the look he gives
and just walks.
Yeah.
Just
walks away.
Yeah,
no shame.
Cool, great.
Any Wolverine costume, Jamie? You two cosplay together?
I would love a Wolverine costume, but I don't. Yeah, I would do it for a Wolverine costume. I would do it.
Oh my lord!
I would love it, but it's not going to happen. Just money.
So.
Yeah.
Do the Deadpool.
that I can see you doing that. I will. Peter, there you go. Do Peter.
Oh man, that would be super funny. But
every pack.
Oh yeah, we'd have to be stuffed. Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, I want to show something that Mac showed me just recently. We're touching back to Star Wars just a touch here. Sorry, this one you do need some homework. I had a lot of explaining to people who didn't know some of the yeah. And I thought I was pretty up with things, but there was some things that Jamie, like I said, had to explain.
Well, even just like throwaway lines where I'd start laughing and Rob would be like, "What are you laughing at?" Where I can't remember what the setup was, but someone was hitting on him or claiming that they were hitting on Deadpool, and he's like, "Oh, I'm telling Blake."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, hilarious. Rob's like, "Who the hell is Blake?" I'm like, "That's Ryan Reynolds' wife."
Ladypool, man.
Yeah, Ladypool. Yeah, which I was disappointed that it wasn't like Blake Lively, like her face.
Right.
But like when I saw the credits afterwards, I'm like, oh, it was her. Okay, perfect. That's all.
His kids are in there.
His kids are in there. Peter Parker's kid was brother was in there too.
Yeah. Tom Holland's brother.
Tom Holland. Yeah, that's it. All right. Here's one I want to show you. It's Star Wars related, and you just have to appease me here. Can you see what I'm looking at right now?
No. Yes.
Okay, there we go. So basically, let me hide this for a second.
Is that one of the pirates?
This is from D23. This is from the upcoming Skeleton Crew. Let me grab it here.
Those are cool designs.
They are very cool designs. You notice one thing in particular there?
Well, we got a droid with a peg leg, which is amazing.
Yep, that's the.
We have a Shistavainen Wolfman, which I love.
Yeah, that's really cool. And this guy,
the
guy right next to him. The guy right next to him.
I want to talk about the other one first.
No, screw that.
Chin. Is that a full size costume?
These are full size costumes. That's a
Hey Rob, guess where I'm going on Saturday?
Where are you going on Saturday? Probably the cantina. Okay, tell me, where are you going? Where are you going?
D23, you dumb.
Going to Saskatoon.
So if you want some pictures,
dude, I would love some pictures of this. This would be freaking amazing. Thanks. Sorry, I my brain is just already focused on this. I totally didn't even clue into where you were actually hinting to. But so here, look, I'm going back to this. This GRAN here, it's got an eye. It's like missing an eye. It's missing an eye still.
Yeah,
it's
like GRAN.
So now I was talking to Mac and we were joking. Now I'm just taking it. I'm running with it now. This is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. maybe this is Reese after the explosion lost an eye, and
What
now
is,
he's
show me your hands. This is like an AI test. What
oh,
do
his
hands
eye,
look
his
like?
hands are not right. Okay, yeah, his
Yeah.
hands are all wrong. Yeah, there
See?
you go. Yeah, darn it. But
Did
still,
I just out nerd you on a GRAN?
I was just excited. I was just looking at the face, and this is
Well,
really
maybe
cool.
this is just the costume and the hat and the mask, and it's just a regular
Like a
mannequin.
mannequin or something.
I'm just impressed that this mask I don't think is the same style mask that I have.
No, it looks
It's not
totally
It looks
the same
different.
The,
It's
the
a little
nose
bit
looks
different.
totally different.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
a bit different, but that tells me that's really cool that they produce another GRAN mask. But I was
Rob,
just excited to
important
see
question
this.
for you. Would you be happy or mad if they called him Reese, but the hands were wrong?
Yeah, it would be the fact that I would be happy because that means he's actually still there. He still exists, but yeah, I'd be one of those. Well, actually, his hands are technically not like that.
Yeah.
But
I just watched Ahsoka again, and I was looking at the Grand Senator, and shit, now I can't remember. Did the Grand Senator and Ahsoka have Ree's hands, or did he have Ask Ak hands?
Homework.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's no, she had Ree's hands. I'm pretty
like
confident
the
she
little
had that.
suction stumpy hands.
Yeah, stumpy hands. I'm pretty sure. But
Basically, Reese doesn't have hands. He has
It's got like weird stumpy things.
elephant things.
They look
actually,
like armadillos.
the hands are like
Yeah,
that
like
because
armadillo
of a disease. So there's apparently it's a genetic disease that creates their hands like that. There was a GRAN in Book of Boba at one of the clubs when Mandalorian's returning the head of that dog man, Barada alien, and drops it on the casino restaurant, and the GRAN's in the background wearing a lovely rainbowish dress. You see her like split second, then walks off. So it's just I'm on GRAN alert, so it's like my Veers watch, but this is GRAN watch. So I'm going to unshare because we're going to wrap it up.
Sounds so
here.
wrong if you don't know what we're looking at. Thank God we're live.
I was just
on Granny watch.
Yeah. A GRAN watch. Anyways, so yeah, as I was saying with the hands, Trip's asking about the hands. Basically, there's two types of hands. There's the stumpy hands that the Reese has, which look like a little. There's 5 fingers. 5 fingers on each hand, stumpy, swollen. Or you have 6 fingers. Mahonic has 6 fingers, but they're long and pointy, and I'm pretty sure the other ones have 6 fingers as well. So it's just Star Wars not giving a crap about aliens that have very little meaning in the world. They don't.
Or introducing variation, Rob.
Yeah,
not all humans look the same.
Sure, whatever. I'm not. It doesn't bother me. He's there. There's a GRAN there. I'm happy. No, seriously, I'm happy there's a GRAN there. So I'm just saying that he probably lost his eye in the explosion. That's Reese. Lost his hands, and got new hands or something like that. Yeah, got from the what's his face, the Power Rangers. Yeah, he's saying the Power Rangers guy.
Yeah, the old
Wildcat,
doctor guy.
Yeah, the mod guy. Anyways, we got to wrap it up. I'd be talking about GRANs all day. So thanks for doing this again, guys, for the live stream. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. Collector, Trip, Christine, everybody, really appreciate you guys coming out and saying hello. Steve, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram under Shitspeckle Muppet Fart.
All right.
Most of the time. You can find me at D23 this weekend if you're going.
Is it this weekend?
It is this weekend, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's on Saturday.
All
It
right.
starts Friday.
Please,
starts tomorrow.
I would love to see pictures if you could.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I'll try and dig it out.
Thank you so much.
And you can also find me every now and then turning up live on Saturday nights with a whiskey in hand and talking with the bitter Asian dude himself, Paul Sangongi.
Yes, that's right. All right. Jamie, where can we find you?
You can find me on the YouTube series on our Generation X-Wing podcast YouTube channel, Ready to Believe. Eventually we'll get more videos out. I think we're all tapped out now. The last one we put out was the hose upgrade, which we actually got a really nice response from the maker of the hose. A really positive response from him, which was really nice to see. Lots more stuff in the works.
Well, we're going to the island. We're actually going to be filming some stuff for Ready to Believe because we're meeting up with Hose Nose and Aaron. Yeah. Get some stuff down there. As for me, I see I did what I did there in the top right there. Jamie, ready to believe logo? Got it right there. That's for you, buddy. All right. As for me, Outer Rim Rookie, there's a new Outer Rim Rookie video that just came out. I'm starting an ADAC costume. There we go. So I'm building an ADAC costume. It's my 5th costume now or something like that. And going through the process. My last video was an intro to the CRL. This next episode that would come out hopefully this Wednesday, if I get things organized, is a history of Captain Nyrox, one of the ADAT drivers in the Battle of Hoth. But after doing a little bit of searching about the history of Nyrox, I discovered some amazing stuff about some other ADAT drivers and their relationship to the Star Wars fandom. So tune in to find out more what I'm talking about. It's actually really cool information. So enjoy that video coming up next week. And thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, check out also some other things we're doing on the channel, such as I'm doing some live streams of Jedi Survivor until school starts. So I got to get it all out now. And just having a lot of fun doing just Star Wars, video games, pop culture.
Yeah, how far are you through now?
I don't know exactly where I am, but how far in the story. But right now, I just I have to chase the one-armed bandit back to another planet again. So these the Jedi with one arm. I just finished my 2nd battle with him. So if that makes any sense. And I just recently helped out a poor girl who has ringing in her ears because of the droid roller bombs or something like that. She just screams at me. I love her so much. And so it's just like I'm doing little side missions to just kind of build up my strength. So there you go. Anyways, I'm babbling. We'll talk to you next week. We're gonna be visited by the Hey Weirdos, and we're talking about Summer School the movie. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then the week after that, we're gonna be talking about Steve's pick for movie Victory, starring Michael Caine and Sylvester Stallone. Well, so hopefully you tune in to then. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, now I get to end the live stream. Here we go. So you ready for this, Steve? This is I did this, got this ready for you. And we're gonna do this. Boom. The end. How's that? Like that? Like that, Steve?
I like
You're
that
being
one.
quiet. Yeah, okay.
I was just trying to be quiet while you end the show professionally.
Oh, okay, professional. We're pros here. Goodbye.